Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Halti Martin, the host of this show where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Halti Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Most investors look for startups in which they can find a return on their investment. In the diligence and funding process, what the investor really wants is to not lose all their money. They want to reduce risk to zero. As a startup raising funding, you can help the investor find confidence by showing the risk mitigation you have in place. For each concern, show how you've mitigated the risk. For example, how do we know the team will execute? Respond with, quote, we've demonstrated execution so far with these results. How do we know we can sell the product? Respond with, quote, we've sold this much so far and will continue using the same process. Remember where the investor is coming from and show how the risk has been reduced even though it's not zero. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start up something today. Halti Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for the basis of investment decisions.